Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel, and this is a
and
dolly
welcome
image.
back
Can't
to the
remember doing
pull
this
in at
right.
the beginning of the day here in Blueprints. Amabel wants to argue with me, but it is the supernatural evil of the house pulling us forward. So, okay, Amabel, where are we at here? Where are we at here as far as like things that we're working on? We still have this grid of letters. We don't have so many letters left.
Right.
There's a
So
couple
we're
of like
missing.
combinations of rooms that we're still trying to find, like the breaker room and the other rooms that it powers.
Yeah.
Finding the pool
Um.
earlier in the day would be nice.
Yeah. So and we're missing letters from rows 6 and 7, and all from row 9.
Yeah, and mostly on the right side of the house. So I'm headed that way to start.
Yeah. That's a
Do
good.
we just want
Okay.
to take this cuts off the corner, but I don't know that we need the corner.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to have a
And then
key early.
this time I am gonna write down all the chess pieces.
Okay, well there's a rook in the nook. That one doesn't need to be written down. We know that one.
I'm
Oh,
writing
hey,
it
we
down.
got a coupon book too. A coupon book in the nook, alongside the rook. And also
Over there's a
this
book.
pin, which if you sit on, you'll be shook. And something tree fits in a I don't know. I can't keep it going. I've run out already. A parlor, I guess, so as not to dead end us already. Plus, gems early. Gems early is fun. Hey, free apple.
Yeah. All right. This is pretty good. Let's see if I can solve this
Oh,
puzzle this
you want
time.
to do it? All right.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Gems are in both the black box and the white box. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
But only one of these
And
boxes are gonna.
the rules are at least one of them must be true and at least one of them must be false.
Right.
I'm sorry that there's
So
no way to stand where all three of them are readable simultaneously.
yeah. So the thing is,
Yeah.
unless the gems are in all the boxes, which I doubt, I think the black one is true. It means the gems are in the black box, and I'm saying that because you're just putting it in there.
Oh, yeah, because that's very obviously the
Okay.
correct solution to an extremely simple puzzle. Yeah. Black pawn in the parlor.
Okay. Black parlor, black pawn.
Yeah, like these two boxes obviously have the same level of trueness in that we know they're both false because we know the rules of the puzzle are that only one of the boxes has stuff in it, which means that box has to be true, right? That's very simple.
Is that one of the rules of the
Yeah.
puzzle? That only one box has stuff in
Yeah,
it?
there's only one box with loot in it. At least one of the boxes has a true statement on it, and at least one of the boxes has a false statement on it.
Okay. I like the part where I was talking through the puzzle.
I thought you had solved it. I thought you were done.
Simple puzzle.
I'm sorry. It was obviously the answer to a very simple puzzle.
Yeah, no, you're not
That's
wrong.
why I thought you were done,
get it.
because it was so obvious and easy.
Okay, and there's a bishop in here.
There is a bishop in here. It is interesting that, like, of the rooms we've seen, I think the chess piece is white in like 80-90% of them.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and pop open the room in the corner here.
And usually pawns.
This seems like a great time to take a storeroom, right?
All right.
Get another key. Unfortunately, we're going to lose that coin immediately. Here we have another pawn in the storeroom. I guess we'll take the key, the coin to donate to the church. All right, we got a healthy supply of gems. The security room, I don't hate early on.
All right. But it should have a knight in it, I think. As previously.
Yes.
Yep.
This is the designated white knighting room. Just looking for items. Not allowed to take the cup full of coffee from the Take On Me video.
the Take On Me video.
Yeah. Are you unfamiliar with the music video for the song Take On Me by Aha?
There's a song that's called Take On Me by Aha.
You have definitely heard Take On... We'll resolve this after the episode. Don't worry, viewers.
It's possible.
You've heard the song. I feel pretty sure you've heard the song. I feel like just corridor straight through. As much as the laundry room is cool as a new room, we're getting pretty close to the part of the house where we still could get letters.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully that bears out.
I would say like at least half the time when you're like, oh, you've definitely heard that song. I have heard that song.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was called that.
Yeah. Because it's like stuff that's common in media and whatnot.
Yeah, I did not see a chess piece in that room.
Bad news. We're turning just before we would be about to get a new letter, I believe. Yeah, I had to. So hold on, I had to put something down. Let's probably put down the bedroom, I guess. We don't have the money to buy anything from the kitchen, so. Chess piece. No, you're right. I don't believe there is a chess piece in here.
Okay.
It's interesting. Faces and candlesticks. There's a pawn in the bedroom here. This picture of this lady. More than a little bit Gillian Anderson, although the nose is different for sure. Paper cranes. All right. Billiard room turns us back the wrong way, but it does have keys in it.
Yeah.
Keys start to become really important as we get up into this part of the house. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, let's
You wanna do the billiard room?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. We might not. The thing about the structure of this game is that we might not be able to do the things we're trying to do in our particular run.
Yep, that sure is the thing. Are you telling me? Is this education
how
for
do
the
you feel
audience?
about that? How do you feel? I'm just saying. So sometimes we just gotta go with what we're presented.
Yeah, how I feel about that is not super positive, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So 20 plus 3 minus 3. It's weird that they would even bother doing that. Okay, silver key. Well, that will be interesting if we need to unlock a room. That might actually be very helpful to us. So we need, the foundation does not reset each day. Now, this is a really awkward position for it because it only leads backwards.
Well, it does now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But
this, honestly, this is not a horrible position to have a room with these 3 doors if it doesn't reset.
Exactly.
Okay, that's where you were headed. You just, sweetie, you got to get to the point faster.
Okay.
Don't start with it does now. But
here's the thing. You have years of experience doing your job.
Talking nonstop, yes. Talking nonstop in a very annoying way.
You have a lot of experience with that.
Yeah, it never ends, really. Hey, that seems bad.
Go down.
You want me to jump down there?
Yes.
Amabel, that's gonna fucking kill us. Can we wait?
I don't think so.
Amabel,
are you pussy? Coward? Jump down.
Amabel Holland.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? Aside from the just sort of general meanness, pussy in particular is just a bizarre.
It felt weird coming out of my mouth. It felt strange.
You are gonna be nice.
I am nice. Pawn. Okay, this is the
The den.
Which room is this?
The den.
Den.
All right, show me something that turns. We are having a hell of a time finding anything that doesn't turn the wrong way. My kingdom for the ability to flip a room, you know?
And it makes me wonder sometimes if it is just true randomness or if it's kind of like you were telling me about
Well, I'll
the
tell you,
zombie game.
part of the problem is that 80% of the rooms have a door on the left, and it doesn't feel like there's so many rooms with a door on the right.
Yeah.
I guess let's take the courtyard.
You were telling me about a zombie game that that Dark Tide is similar to.
Yeah.
In which the computer tries to make the experience more exciting and or tense or frustrating for you dynamically, and I wonder
Yeah.
if the computer is just cheating, just like, no, you're not getting up
Well,
there.
yeah.
You don't have enough runs yet.
There absolutely could be some fiddling with the randomness behind the scenes. It's very, very common. What do you think? Hallways, so that if we whiff, we have another chance. Like there's 4 money and there's some steps in the pantry. We're not particularly desperate for steps at the moment, and we don't immediately have a use for the money.
Then let's go.
I like
hallway.
the longer term safety of the hallway, and the hallway also does not have a chess piece in it. It looks like.
Okay.
Okay, and this is exactly what I was worried about. Dead ending basically immediately. Well, not necessarily dead ending. You know, the commissary gives us something. So here, one thing I'm definitely curious about is, do we have shovels for sale? We do. Okay. We also have a sledgehammer. So we have a locked chest, and we have at least 1, maybe 2 places where it looks like there is dirt to be dug. So I feel like if we could get some money together, we can maybe figure some things out today. So, special key for a room with lots of doors. You think this is probably the situation? Because we really want to be able to go to the right. Otherwise, we're going to be locked out of that side of the house entirely. This is not a horrible spot for a conference room.
No, it's all right.
But the conference room we can find again later. West Wing Hall. If we get out of the West Wing, obviously this'll. Let me use this now while we have it available to use.
Okay. I think the halls just don't have chess pieces at all.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Okay, the garage has a lot of keys, but it would lock off progress in this direction. Do we want to observatory for another star? We do kind of want to start moving to the right again.
Yeah, I would say observatory.
Running out of gems pretty quickly, though. There's a knight here in the observatory. Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Hey, that would be a cool thing to be true in the situation that we're in. You know what else would be cool? Rooms with a shit ton of money in them. The weight room, the rotunda, that's new.
Can't get it.
Can't get it
right now.
Yeah, I can't get it. Shoot. Lose half your steps is pretty harsh right now. So I guess it's probably archives.
All right.
Also, archives is a new room, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've been here before.
That's something. That's interesting. Oh, it's just a tag. Okay. I thought it was something hidden away underneath that book there. All right, August 22, 85. The game takes place in 1990. Do you remember what exactly?
I want to say 93
Okay.
or 95.
Popular children's... What?
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Hmm?
So there's internet, but it's before Eternal September. I know that. I remember that.
Okay. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book Swimbird had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. The verb tenses in this are all fucked up. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. Jesus Christ. Who wrote this newspaper? Why don't they employ an editor? She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations one might make with the Sinclair family. Well, that's interesting. Swimbird author never considered herself a success. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. And so, as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Again, hire an editor.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think it occurred to me that this took place. I assume this took place in America or in the like a Royalist Party is.
I mean, H.S. Sinclair's a baron.
Yeah, that's true.
And it felt British to me.
But having yeah.
Publisher and author detained by Red Guard questioned. This is November 86. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forward no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Black Water. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. I don't understand why it's so hard to just hire somebody to look over the text in your game. If you can't be trusted with punctuation or how a sentence works, just you got to know that about yourself, and you got to be willing to contract people who are. My rates are extremely reasonable.
Mine too.
Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. I didn't read the definite article because the P was capitalized.
Yeah.
Was seen at the corner, suspicious bag under. It's interesting that this one is a partial clipping that's cutting off sentences. Was seen at the corner, suspicious bag under their arm, presumably. Waved down a local. This is the 3rd major something in the last year. Charged by the Crown. Trial begins on Tuesday. Grand treason. Grand treason's the important part.
Yeah.
No trace is discovered of Cinca heiress, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under a pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived home and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. The priceless jewels stolen. So this is just September. This has all been real tight together. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Ares have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles. At least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Arinda Ares, the priceless crown jewel whose material material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Okay. That was a lot. That was more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if in a game that's pretty light but has like a bit of mysteriousness to it, if you're gonna go this heavy, you have to write better.
Yeah, I feel bad picking on them, but you're absolutely correct. And like, yeah, the sort of the amateurishness of the execution of the text really does hurt what they're going for. All right, there's the last key. Huh. A confidential archived floor plan, a great hall with 7 locked doors, and a laboratory that only points us in the wrong direction.
Wow.
So,
blueprints.
Do we take the Great Hall here, right? And we just back up into the West Wing Hall and hope to find a key?
Okay.
Because this will give us some ability to do something. All right, nothing to see there. Give us the ability to do something, provided we could just find a little bit of inventory to work with. I wonder if this plan will always cost 2 gems. I guess conference room. Any loose items sitting around? Okay, all this stuff is the same as usual. Okay, no, the archive floor plan is different, and yeah, interesting. So I do like the idea of, again, getting access to these different rooms.
Yeah.
I also really want to pick the closet because I want items, but let's throw some stuff in the room pool here, see if we can continue to find new rooms. No chess piece in here either.
Okay. And there wasn't in the conference room either.
Yeah. This will throw the sauna in the corner, which is probably nice. Oh, gem in the sauna. Well, the weight room's a little bit less devastating now. But it's not great.
I mean,
the utility closet doesn't... The utility closet still doesn't actually do anything.
No, but...
I think I'm inclined to take the weight room.
Okay.
And then, honestly, like, maybe we don't even enter it. Just take it, and put it down. Oh, putting it down and
Oh, no.
okay, it takes out the room when you. I was gonna say because we can actually reach this space in fewer total steps by walking around through the courtyard, but
Yeah.
but apparently it is drafting the weight room, not entering it, that causes you to lose your stuff. Okay, do we value 4 coins more than we value 2 random items? I think no, right? Because 4 coins was not enough to buy the shovel or anything.
Yeah, and random items might give us a key.
Or it might like actually be one of the items we wanted to buy. So we have a box we can open now.
Okay, can we get there?
Yeah, if I can remember which room it was. Probably. Blind draw, utility closet, reroll. Utility closet's very unlikely to have a key in it, I'll say that.
Let's try the blind draw.
Alright. Okay, pump room. Control water flow throughout the estate. So we've not seen this before. There's no water to the kitchen currently. We could drain the pool, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can highlight this as the indicated room. See, this is my guess is wherever we see one of these we can shovel.
Okay.
Okay, pump control panel. So we have 2 tanks that can hold 4 units of water each. So it doesn't actually tell us how to control the things. All right. So pumps 1, 2, 3, and 4. The pump 2 can access either one of the tanks with a switch around the back here. Interesting. So if we have the pool selected. Well, if we want to drain the pool, we got to put water out, right?
Probably.
Because we're gonna need to pull. We need the tanks to be empty so we can pull more water into them. And then we pull from here. No? Do you have to have all of the pumps associated with the tank set in order for it to why will not grab the thing? Well, that thing's already in the down position. Sorry, it's this one that I'm meaning to affect. So maybe it will only do the pull if it has enough space to take the whole tank? Yeah, I guess that's what it looks like. So in fact, we should go back to the kitchen. Drain the 2 units from the kitchen here. And then dump those in the greenhouse as well. And then between the 2 tanks and the kitchen as overflow, we should be able to get all the stuff out of the pool. Actually, the 2 tanks might be sufficient by themselves. I didn't actually count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. If we can get both the tanks just totally emptied. Why don't you want to go out? It's only got 2 units of water in it, right? So there's plenty of room.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding it at all how it's working. So.
Well, I do need the tank to empty. I guess actually now that we know, we could just put the water back in the kitchen. Now that it's clear that the pool is exactly 8 units deep. We put all of the pumps in the upward position. But what I'm trying to do is just make sure that make enough room in the storage tanks here to pull all of the water out of the pool. And that way we can just walk down into the pool and see whatever is at the bottom. I don't know what, but... Right, is that got them both working? No, just this one. And when that fills up, it doesn't automatically... So do I need to neutralize the pumps that are aimed at the other tank? This is still feeling a little finicky to me. I'm really not entirely sure how to get...
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't actually know if this is... To be clear, I don't know if this is valuable either. This might not actually do anything.
So we need to get to the courtyard?
Yeah.
Or the other thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to like leave this room to check on stuff, right? Because we're actually quite close on our
Yeah.
classic handle jiggling strats. I mean, there's still a little bit of water in there. Maybe that's too much water to take. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Well, we might have to give up on this for now because I'm really not sure why this isn't working.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, if I switch this over to the greenhouse... Okay, the tanks will partially empty. I was kind of expecting it not to do that.
Like, I'm not really sure why it's doing what it's doing at all. Like, I'm having a lot of trouble. Just figuring out how it's working.
All right, so we pulled more water out of the kitchen. Now I just need to figure out how to get it to... We had water in both the tanks a minute ago. Is that... Okay. So that is causing this one to go the wrong way. Which is interesting because the feed line there is still in the up position. So it has to do with the numbered pipes coming out of the wall, I guess, which I'm not paying enough attention to. They're at different heights. Yeah, I think the numbers on the pipes have to have more to do with this than I am than I am grasping. But it's not clear to me exactly what.
And those numbers don't just correspond to those 6 rooms, do they?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's consistent with the behavior we've seen.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not seeing consistency at all, so that's why I'm kind of grasping.
Yeah. So we have everything in the up position. This pipe draws from the wall. And so yeah, so far it just seemed like up is to the tank. How do I get the second tank to pull? Which we had earlier. So if I neutralize pumps 1 and 4, just like take this tank and its various pressures out of the equation entirely. Pumps 2 and 3 are both connected to tank 2. They're both in the taking position. Oh, well, this is not turned on. You turn that off and neutralize this. So there's just the one pump that should be controlling things. But it's not. And for some reason, I'm sure it's because of the fact that this is the pipe connected to, or this is the pump connected to pipe 4. But I don't know what that really means. Pipe 4 is the highest pipe. It is interesting that 4 of them have these like little chambers. I think I'm gonna give up on this for right now.
Okay.
Let's go back to the courtyard, walking through the pool area. It's like the water level in the pool is down significantly, right? It sure is. To be fair, it doesn't actually seem like draining it all the way would get us anything. But I wonder if sometimes it does.
Right.
If there are occasions where there might be something in the pool. All right, sledgehammer time. We found, is that a set of lockpicks? Okay. Hobbyist lockpick kit is not the worst thing I've ever heard of. So this could get us to the Great Hall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will run out of steps in the Great Hall. Stupid weight room.
So.
We don't have any money
gonna
for the
ask you to-
commissary. Yeah?
Okay.
You want to go in the foundation and jump in the hole?
Yes.
All right. I think that's fair. I think that's the information that is available to us at this point. Huh. There's a way to descend safely into the hole.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
Oh, it actually won't let me jump in.
That is a crime. That is a crime against an Amabel and her delights.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I think we all knew that your non-violent delights were going to have non-violent ends. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna call it a day then, I think.
I'm gonna run out of steps. I'm gonna make the character exhaust out. Fade to black. So we did get a sauna. So we do start the next day here with a whole lot of extra steps. Hopefully enough to
Okay.
accomplish something cool. 'Cause we are at the point
Yeah.
in our gameplay where steps are becoming the limiting factor much more frequently. What an ordinary villa. What a normal villa that is.
I don't think any villa is ordinary or normal.
Yeah, a
Those are
villa
rich
a
people's
villa
houses.
by itself is pretty weird. I definitely agree with that.
Would you live in a bungalow?
I don't even know what a bungalow is.
It's like a house. It's like a small house. I'm particularly thinking of like Uncle Wiggily and his bungalow in a tree stump. Obviously, ours would be a little bigger.
A thing I have learned
but
from you is that you are often thinking about Uncle Wiggily. I'm taking a brief
kind of.
break to take my meds because I realized I haven't done so. Amabel, cover. Don't just sit there and look at me.
Okay, often, often is a little bit of an exaggeration. Do I have to talk about the X-Men? Probably. Uncle Wiggily, less so.
Less than the X-Men is fair, but that's a low bar.
I, look,
You say, have
Uncle
I ever
Wiggily.
told you about this thing in the X-Men? Twice a day, most days.
So, what your viewers might not know about is that Uncle Wiggily, the bunny rabbit gentleman who has rheumatism and a red, white, and blue striped rheumatism cane, and lives in his bungalow with his muskrat housekeeper, Nurse Jane Fuzzy, was the most popular children's character for like 20 years. This elderly rabbit with rheumatism. That's crazy.
It is weird. It is weird for sure. Kids love a cute animal wearing an outfit.
He does have like a really dapper top hat.
Yeah.
That's true.
So if we had the gems for a passageway, we could connect up to the foundation here. That's really what I was trying to do, was build out to the foundation, and we kind of caught the screw a little bit.
Well, let's store room then.
Yeah,
I
we'll
guess,
store room and then
double
try to build
back.
out the right side. But like, this is for sure a thing that can happen. You can for sure catch the screw, to use magical
Sure.
parlance.
This magical parlance? Is it from like Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, this is the way we talk about certain kinds of bad luck in Magic.
Ah,
To catch the screw specifically, well, broadly it means like your deck did not give you the stuff you need to win, but more specifically it refers to not receiving enough land to play the game.
okay.
All three statements are false. That's false. Two statements are false. That might be true. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Okay, so this requires a little bit of parsing.
Well, I saw the last one. This one's
Okay.
yours.
If this is true, then this is true. Wait, two statements are false. If this is true, then this is false. And that means the gems are in here. If this is false, which means two statements are true, no, it can't
But we
be.
know that's not the
Yeah, it
case.
can't be.
Yeah.
So we know this is true, which means this is false, which means this is the box. Taking my sweet time with it this time.
There is a degree, and I don't want to harp on this too much because I think it's going to come up throughout
Mhm.
the balance of the series. But there is a degree to which the kind of roguelite randomness, run based stuff, really butts up against the I want to solve the puzzle.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't know how
It
great
makes
an
it so that you are not solving the puzzle in some pretty huge number of runs. All right, there's a pawn in the drawing room.
the drawing room has a pawn. In a
Not a terrible
way
spot
that
for a den, I think.
And and I don't get that same sense playing a roguelite where I'm trying to accomplish some kind of action based objective or some kind of tactical puzzle thing
Yeah.
Whereas this,
This seems like a fine time for a pool draft, actually.
yeah,
Let's add some cool new rooms. Ah, okay. It's interesting. The water level remains between runs.
that's interesting.
That is interesting. I agree with you. So we could chapel and have access to both these rooms, or we could pantry and just have one northward move, but have 4 coins from the pantry.
I say let's go for the 4 coins. Actually, is what I'm
Yeah,
feeling.
there are steps here too. So we got banana. We still haven't seen the orange, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a key card door today. Well, that's an interesting problem.
Yeah. Fuck you, game. Fuck you for that.
I mean, this is
I
a really
realized.
good example of the thing you were talking about.
Yeah. I realized during our our most recent Dark Tide recording that we did
Observatory. I don't
that
suppose you remember what was in the book for 6 stars.
I don't.
You want to just take the closet and try? Just hope. Just hope.
Sure.
Should be living on a prayer.
Um,
Okay,
what I was
not what
gonna
we were
say
looking
is
for.
that I realized during our most recent
You think?
Dark Tide recording. Yeah, go ahead and use it. Maybe more keys.
So many gems.
Some gems. Okay. That the gag where I get fed up with something and walk away
Yeah,
doesn't work when I'm not on camera.
that's correct. I mean, it might work.
I'm learning, David.
It might work.
Because
I'm delivering it. I am conveying it to the audience.
I almost did it when the game threw up that security door, and I was like, wait, it's not gonna be as funny.
Uh, 5 coins is still kind of short for good stuff, but there's a possibility that there might be a key card. We should find
Yeah.
out. Nope. A normal key costs 10 coins.
What's the salt shaker do?
That's a great question. We've never seen it before. We might have been in a room with a salt shaker. I don't think I would have known to grab one if we had been. So if we don't take the chapel here, we dead end the run. But
Unless we
obviously,
redraw.
yeah, this is what I'm thinking is maybe we redraw because we kind of want to hold on to our coins. But
Yeah.
we might redraw. We might be really sad we rolled this die.
Yeah. One way to find out.
Library is fun except in this position. Pump room also fun except in this position. Kind of have to take the bedroom.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't spend our last key, right?
I don't think so.
Well, except that sometimes these things have a big bunch of keys in them.
Yeah.
All right, West Wing Hall. Yeah, I guess let's leave it.
Yep. I mean, we're pretty early into the run, so
Yeah. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps. I guess, there's no reason not to just conference room it here. Anything fun? Looks like pretty standard stuff, really. Okay. The workshop and the spare room. The workshop is a cool idea. We don't have any items right now, though, which kind of makes me want to not place it. Because if we find cool items, we don't want to have to run back to it.
yeah.
When we could just put down the spare
Garage
room.
has 3 keys.
Yeah, but it's a dead end. I guess technically we have the door off the conference room now, so it's not like a dead end.
Yeah.
It has 3 keys, and it is a room we've never seen before.
Yeah. So why don't we?
You want to
do
go ahead
that?
and do it? Okay. The real answer is that it's pretty likely to dead end the run.
Sure, but I mean, so are a lot of things, and we're early in the run, so I'm not as invested. that makes any sense?
It does. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you've been driving for his lordship, your absences must be accounted for. Mrs. Babbage. Feels like we could probably use that can of gas for something.
This tub and tube, but we already have this letter.
Yep, alright. Nothing interesting except for the keys then. We know that the car keys do exist.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's an intercom. Interacting with it doesn't do anything interesting. But it is here. So yeah, we know there are car keys in the house somewhere. Because we have seen them at least once. They really want us to take that chapel. The dark room's not horrible here, I think. It's not great, but it's not horrible. At least lets us keep moving. Do we assume that a 2-gem room is necessarily good? The outside...
It's going to have more doors on it, usually.
Is that true? Is that the correlation?
I mean, I think...
Okay. Do you want to do the 2-gem room?
Yeah. I could be completely wrong.
Okay. It was the passageway. It's pretty good. Do we want to go right or up? Up, maybe?
I really don't know. It's kind of a...
You make decisions very slowly. We're going up.
Okay.
Pump room. I meant to go up, but apparently I turned myself around before I did it, so... Pump room it is. Got a locked trunk.
And we have 4 keys.
We do have 4 keys. You want to hit it?
Yeah.
We end up spending... Aha! A key card. I was going to say, we end up spending 4 keys on a lot of runs very quickly. We might be able to just get through here without even needing the key card, too. We're about to be on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
Weight room's pretty bad. Observatory.
Yeah.
Takes us directly to the other side of the keycard door. And what do we get for 6 stars? We get... Diamondus Minor and the twins. Okay, so the gymnasium does let us continue deeper into the building. We are starting to finally get close to some of the rooms where we don't have letters. I'm inclined to take the gymnasium. We haven't seen the office, I'm pretty sure. But I really don't want to close the run there.
Yeah. And I mean, the American version is a little better than the British one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say
what? That's just... Okay. Viewers, when you send your hate mail, please do address it solely to Amabel. I'm not criminy. Courtyard, right?
Yeah.
So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is rank 6. So this is that E. Both of the doors out of the courtyard lead to rooms where we don't have the next letter. Although we know we know what one of them is, almost certainly.
Yeah, so do you want to just do the one that's going north?
Yeah, the one that's going north is probably of more value. For our final key. And wouldn't it be sick if it just also had a shovel in it? So the walk-in closet has 4 items. It would dead end us here, but 4 items could be cool stuff.
Mhm.
Or we could we take the hallway. The hallway has paintings. It will definitely get us that next letter. And then it could get us all the way up to rank 9, where we have precisely none of the letters.
Do you want to do it then?
Yeah.
You want to go hallway? All right.
We're worried about dead ending things for a single piece of information. This is fan and flan.
Yes. So that makes that an L. So that word is almost certainly small.
Yeah. Count
It's about
small gates. 8 dates.
8.
Crack 8 safes.
Crack 8.
This doesn't seem right. Something about that doesn't seem right. Shockingly, that's locked. This one actually isn't. Interesting. Spread keys throughout the house. I'd love to spread keys throughout the house and also see a new room. So that's just going to drop a bunch of keys in the conference room, which is not so far back. And then give you a bunch of ways of using those keys. Okay, so there's a huge number of locked doors in here for people who love locked doors. This one we have already. Huh. And then everything else is locked. Okay, billiard room goes in the right direction and is guaranteed keys.
Okay.
We're getting some luck here.
Yeah.
9 minus 7 times 10. 16 minus 10 times 5 divided by 10. Nope, that's not. Sorry. Had a hand twitch. 20. This is 3, not the other thing I clicked. And then 19 minus 11, 24. The answer is 2. Okay, 2 keys this time. And aren't I grateful for it? So we'd rather take the door out of the hallway, right, than use a key in the billiard room. I guess we should click in the billiard room to see if the door is in fact locked. They both lead to, I guess they both lead to locked to parts of the house where we don't. Let me just do it here. Okay, that's interesting. The rumpus room.
Yeah.
Black Bishop. Check that out. They made one of those spooky mechanical fortune-telling dolls out of Hank Azaria. This letter we have already, right? We have all of rank 8.
Yes. That's where we get count from.
Somehow. We have all of rank 8.
Let's see the board games. So we got...
There's a backgammon. There's a checkers.
And backgammon.
There's a board, there's a board with chess notation. But there's no pieces on it. There are a lot of hats scattered throughout this house.
Mood.
Yeah, I guess so. Am I allowed to put a coin? I am. All right. Almighty Hank Azaria. Tell us what's up, but preferably not in an Apu voice.
For a Brockmeyer voice.
Yeah, if we get a little bit of that Hank Brockmeyer. Oh.
And as it was foretold, I am awakened at the the sound of a dropping coin.
Brockmeyer's first name is not Hank.
You
I
find
don't know what
yourself
No, it's
face
not.
to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Wow, he really is psychic.
The image is becoming clear.
It's a slow cinematic that has no obvious point.
I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something. Something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag.
Indeed.
I was thinking about that
I
cat.
hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
Please leave a review on Yelp.
In the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
If you could give me 5 stars on Google, it would be a great help.
Please recommend me to your friends.
Okay, and this does not ask us to deposit our last key. So I guess let's take the library here, because the library will get us into the top corner.
Okay.
Amabel, are you ready to learn some letters? What did you think of the Alzara? Hold on. Let's not just, I guess, zoom right fucking past the great Azaria and his prophecies. What did you think of that?
I mean, it was better than the first cutscene, the previous cutscene. But like, maybe there are some clues there that we can use. I will say, because of some of the narrative presentation things we've seen already, that kind of underwhelmed me. Like,
Yeah?
maybe I'm coming into it with a chip on my shoulder a little bit, because it did feel interminable. But the cat was
I mean,
cool. I like
yeah,
the cat.
it was slow, I guess. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room, press R to pull up the directory. Okay, I mean, we have done that. So,
Lamp?
lamp and plane.
No. Okay.
Plane and airplane. Is there another name for that kind of lamp? It's like a hurricane lantern, right? Is there another name for a biplane that's close to lantern?
Not that I can think of. Lantern.
Curious.
Lamp. Torch.
Why, not even a British person would call this a torch, I'm sure. Mount Holly Records. Okay, yep, this sure is our records. Draft records, puzzle records. Okay.
Beacon.
What if that
Some of
plane has
those-
been ordained? It might be a deacon. We can't really tell. Or the pilot. I guess the pilot, but I would prefer to think of it as the plane. Doesn't seem like there's anything interactable in any of these bookshelves, but it is, I think, absolutely worth the look. The Mount Holly scrapbook. My first claim ticket. First item checked, sledgehammer. Also, oh, we checked those car keys. So that's, I guess, something.
If we ever find the room, yeah.
Interesting that there's a picture of the apple orchard here. My favorite floor plans. Can't seem to ever pass it up. I mean, the parlor's a good room. Most time spent in entrance hall, that makes sense. Contraptions I've made. Commissary receipts. What? The patio. Maybe one day. It's true. I have never taken the patio. Okay. So this room is charming, but that's kind of all it seems like all its whole deal. Get down the, come on. There we go. All right, Mount Holly Library book request form. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. So we can pull the Sightseer's Guide, Swimbird by Marion Marigold, The Fixed Stars by Richard Witt, History of Arindia by Caleb Manning, EPCW's Pump System User Manual, or Drafting Strategy Architectural Digest. I am very curious about Swimbird and the Pump System Manual for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Which one do you wanna pick first?
This is what I'm at.
Okay, you're asking me. I think Pump System just because I'm more confused by that.
Okay. The biggest problem with that is that like it's one of those things where again it requires you to draw a couple of particular rooms together in order for it to be useful. All right, do we want to use our last key here?
Yes.
Okay, that was very definite.
I'm getting better at it. Okay, we have the garage this run?
And we have enough steps to get back to it.
All right, yeah, let's get the car keys.
Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense.
And maybe I can parse the are there pictures this time?
We don't need our key card anymore because we opened that door from the other side. Okay, this time we have a chief and a chef.
Okay, well that's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's easy. I don't know what this other one is.
Yeah, this is interesting. So there's a name for one of these objects that we're just not familiar with. What?
Flight and light.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking too much about the nouns.
But that means it's IF.
Yeah, like the English word if.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I guess that makes. I'm used to them being 5-letter words.
But it could be a one. It could be a 2 and a 2 or a 2 and a 3 here. I'm thinking it's probably a 2 and a 2 because we're not going to be able to enter the antechamber.
Okay.
That's just my feeling.
So if blank count small gates 8 day. Okay. So it's not.
If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes, makes it like grammar.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay, so did we try the room off of the courtyard? Like this I tried and it was locked. I'm not sure that I attempted this even. No, I totally didn't.
Okay.
So, chapel, bunk room, the master bedroom, which we cannot take. The bunk room, we've traditionally not found any items in there, right? So it wouldn't be super valuable to do it. I'm wondering because it's going to take us 1, 2, we'll lose 2 more when we enter the gymnasium. So this is effectively 4 steps. Well, 3 steps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get back to the garage. So we do still have some time to like feel out this direction potentially.
All right. All right, yeah, put the chapel down then. But don't go
Yeah, we're
into it
gonna.
yet.
Well, what do you mean? We're not gonna go to the
Let's say
garage
you're
and come
going.
back.
Oh, okay.
Well, sorry, I guess that wasn't my plan.
Okay, no, that
Right,
makes
because it'd be
sense.
3,
You're
4,
right.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Okay.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, no, you're smarter than I am. Cause I'm like, no, we're going to the garage first.
So the dead end here. The boudoir with the mysterious safe, which we've seen a dozen times. It's probably just the sauna, right? Just
Yeah, just give
grab
us the extra
some
steps.
steps for next time. And we have found items in the sauna sometimes. Hell yes. Like perhaps this key.
That's pretty good.
Amabel, we're doing it. Fuck you. Dining room is steps. So the
Yep.
question is like keys versus food. But the dining room gets us onto the next height as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it does.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks a little bit more
Oh, what is
appetizing
this?
than some of these have to me. I gotta tell you, that whole fish sitting on some plum sauce was a little stomach turning, if I'm honest. Country stew pie, boiled chuck stew, layered and then baked to perfection, topped with a mashed potato, Parmesan cheese crust, and carrots and peas. Oh, Amabel,
No, that's definitely your kind of.
I'm so happy. Give me 100 steps. Damn. I kind of thought that would be the case because, we're so far up in the house, but it was worth a look.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
so,
Car keys.
yeah, I'm just trying to remember everything else that's in the house. So we don't have a commissary in this house.
No.
Okay. So there's no reason to do anything other than just go straight to the car keys.
In this house, we do not have a commissary. We believe.
Okay, go through the dark room. In this house, we are constantly confused by our floor plan. The drop-off address is 14227 Sandy Heights, a small garage on the south edge of Trinsdale. The goods are already secure and in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule, and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment ready. Floor plan upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. That's interesting. Also, Hooch. Oh, I don't get to access the glove box, it looks like. Well, not that the floor plan disc is a small thing.
Yeah.
But there's one. I guess it doesn't even really look like there is one. Trying to see the floor in the back seat. But okay, we have an estate terminal. We have the shit, do we? No, we don't have the security room on this run. Security room,
But we do have
laboratory.
the coat checked.
Yeah, that's true. We also have the West Wing Hall has a door that we haven't tried yet.
All right, you want to try that?
Yeah, let's see if we can pull. Oh, actually, there should be stuff in this room, right? Yeah. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Coming back here served two purposes. We have 29 steps. I'm still gonna do this. Office seems like a real banger in this situation. It's a shame we can't use it. The lavatory and the bunk room are both nothing right now, right?
Well, I mean, I'd take the bunk room, I guess, because I don't know.
I feel like
You get to
there's
see the little rat.
yeah, we get to it's not a rat, sweetie. It's a hamster.
We get to see the little guy.
Yeah, but like we haven't determined.
The use of the lavatory.
Yeah,
All right.
it might just be that red rooms are like bad, but our character canonically really likes red things, or at least did as a child. I don't know. It feels like the red rooms are mostly they're penalties, but I don't know. All right, let's head back up now because we do have
Yep.
a number of keys. Wait. This is the wrong way. Unless we want to step in there, like it doesn't cost us anything to go in there and there is a chest. Do you want to spend a key on a chest?
Sure.
All right. Okay. At this point, actually pretty happy to make that trade, I think. Making sure we got all the keys. All right, so it's dark room, passageway.
And then are we trying the passageway up?
Is this locked, or did we just hadn't tried this? Food for sale is probably we still have enough steps to finish the corner. Do you want to just take the guest bedroom for the steps?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really want to spend a gem. And then as long as we're here, we should come in and look around for pick-upables.
Don't see any chess pieces in this. Oh, there's
Pawn.
a pawn. Okay.
We sure have gained a lot of steps. Okay, all I really want to do is just go up through the... I guess we have to pick one, right? Like, it's slightly more step efficient to try the hallway first, if the hallway breaks through.
Yeah.
Also, we don't lose a coin. The vault. The laboratory doesn't go in the right direction anyway. I mean, do you want to just hit the vault?
Yeah. Man, if we can get that locker the freezer again.
Okay, well, we're quite rich. Nothing else here is interactable. If we step into the vault proper, I feel like you shouldn't have that. Bunch of security deposit boxes here.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if there's anything interesting about the numbers. Presumably you can get a safe deposit box key and an idea of which door to put it
there's
in
a rook
somewhere.
in here.
Ah, there is a rook in here. Good to note, I suppose. All right, I guess let's go and try this side. Ah, you're bleeding me
Yeah,
dry. Yo, can I get another helping of that? That's delicious. Okay, boudoir doesn't. Okay, so we want
Veranda.
the veranda, but we cannot have the veranda. And we're locked out. We're dead everywhere else. Yeah, at this point, we're dead everywhere. We don't have a room where we could buy a key. Nope. Oh, no, we do have a commissary. It's just all the way at the fucking beginning of the run.
All right. Well,
And
that.
sadly, we still don't have a room that has a computer in it, right? One of the house
Yeah.
terminals. What were the rooms? It's the security room, I don't remember. The list of them is in the security room.
Yeah. I don't remember either.
We could try to run back to the code check and code check this instead of the key card. Code check the disc.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was suggesting
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the boudoir, because we've seen it fewer times, I think. Or maybe we haven't. Maybe I'm wrong, but...
No, we've seen this.
Oh, no, we've seen this a lot. This is the one with the safe tucked in the corner. I was thinking of a different room before. So...
Wait, can you turn around to the left?
Amabel, tell me
You're
what you
gonna
want me to
stop?
look at.
Okay, I'm just looking at that lamp, and
Okay.
I thought for a second it looked like a chess piece,
Okay.
but it doesn't.
Yeah,
Thought maybe
I
it
hate
was
that. I hate that secondhand. Can you turn around? Because you're always talking about you're talking about your left from some thing that I've already turned away from.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Remember
don't do
what
that on
direction you were
purpose.
facing somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds ago. So, okay, dates. There's a bunch of stuff that happened in the 80s. There were like a bunch of dates through like August and September and November. 8
Yeah.
dates, crack 8 safes. So we can we didn't write them down, but we can, using the footage, go back and write down.
Yeah.
Honestly, we have 18 steps left. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know if that's actually going to let me take the attempt. But we can get to the code check room and get to the library and make a note of the dates and
Yeah.
come back.
Okay.
And we have a key left. We can just try a locker in the locker room too. And maybe somebody's locker will have like an orange in it.
Was it the library that had the dates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
For some reason I thought it was the archive. That was in the previous run.
Oh no, you're right. It was that book it was that book in the archive. You're right. I'm dumb. Well, whatever. We're code checking this thing. We'll get from that. So I'm just opening a random one of these. Hey, what a surprise. It's empty.
Cool.
I kind of figured that would be the case.
Cool.
I'm assuming like all but 1 or 2 of them is empty every day.
And I'm sure there's some kind of puzzle to solve with that.
Yeah.
But
There's a way to know which one's the good one. You know, you're totally right. I'm getting all mixed up. It was the archive. All right. I mean, I'm not allowed to. Yeah, I'm not allowed to have multiple items checked. All right. This disc seems important. We'll probably find key cards in the future. Okay, just like quadruple checking. There's absolutely nothing to do. We got a lot of rooms down this time.
we did.
We ran out of
And this is our first time on the 9th rank, right?
yeah, we ran out of both gems and keys at inopportune times. Turns out everything's very expensive always.
Yeah. Well, thank you, viewers, for joining us on this
Don't you
little bit longer episode.
don't
of
you
Blueprint.
thank them?
It is a shame that we found the vault and did not find the freezer. Because think how rad it would be to start the next run with 40
Yeah.
some coins.
All right, we've used all of our prodigious number of steps and must now call it a day. I feel like we more or less have cracked the The letter code, I think we're basically done with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Now
grand
we need to
manor
count
this
small
time.
gates.
Now we need to go and count small gates is strange. There was a picture of the orchard gate in... Oh, if we count small gates like include. The small gate has a padlock on it with a numerical.
Yeah.
If you treat the small gate as a safe, then 8 dates crack 8 safes.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's what it's trying to say.
All
So
right.
one of the dates is going to go to the apple orchard. We have certainly not seen anywhere near the number of safes that would be required for this to make sense. Right? What have we seen, like 2?
If that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2. Yes.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for us for today. Now, we got to the thing. Amabel trying to outro us early. You get somewhere to be? Is eager to be away from the folks? I get it. Listen, I still love you. That's gonna be it for us for today. Make sure that you leave all of your hurt feelings in the comments for Amabel. When you come back next time, we're gonna have a list of dates taken from the archives. We're gonna do a little work on this footage. We're gonna write some stuff down, and we're gonna come back prepared to solve puzzles. And we'll see you then.